Hello, welcome. Thank you for joining me. Today is going to be a somewhat chest opener, shoulder opener. If you have neck, shoulder, any type of upper body issues, this will be a very good recovery. So with that, let's get started. Just coming to sit in a comfortable position, whatever is comfortable for you. If sitting cross-legged, if being on your knees is comfortable, if you need something to sit on, like a little block or a pillow, just something to help you stay in a very comfortable position while you're seated. And yeah, I'll let you get there, get comfy. Make sure you're able to sit up nice and tall. Make sure you're sitting up, your back is nice and long, nice and tall. Your shoulders are down away from your ears, long and strong down your back, basically. And you want your neck to be almost pushed back. You don't want your chin to be tucked, but like you're pushing your head back against a wall. That should be your stance this whole time. And if you're like me, you're definitely feeling it even like around your pecs, under your armpits. That's usually where I feel it, is right in here. So just sit there and feel it out for a moment. If it hurts, come back out of it a little bit. You don't want it to hurt. Is it uncomfortable where I'm at and doing this? Yep, but I also know that that's where it's going to be recovering, and that's where I'm going to get the most benefit. So, enough of me talking. First thing we are going to do is take our right hand and place it behind our back, just low behind our back, just like this. And now we tilt our ear away from the arm that's there. So I have my right arm behind me. I'm tilting my left ear to my left shoulder. I am not bringing my shoulder up to my ear. It is staying down nice and long, and then I'm just tilting my neck. So this tilt in the neck, the lean, can be really big, can be really small. Wherever it's feeling the best to you. No pinching, no pulling, no sharp shooting pains. Uncomfortable stretching, maybe. But just go to where your body feels comfortable. Maybe as we're holding it, you might be able to sink down a little bit further into the pose. Making sure that you're continuing to sit up straight. If you need to move around while you're doing this, you are more than welcome to. No harm in that. Go ahead and slowly bring your head back to center and slowly release your arm. You don't want to do it too fast because it actually can hurt your shoulder girdle if you do it too quickly. Go ahead and give that arm just a little bit of a shake out. And go ahead and repeat on the other side. So just taking your hand on the very low spot of your back. If you need support from your other hand, you are more than welcome to grab it. Just lean your head towards the opposite shoulder. Again, keeping that shoulder down. Make sure you're still breathing. Don't be holding your breath. Again, maybe you can sink a little bit further and tilt your head just a little bit more. By all means, be listening to music right now. I am a non-traditional yogi, so I like to listen to rock and whatever suits your fancy, basically. So go ahead and bring your head back to center. Unwrap that arm. Maybe give that shoulder a little shake like we did the other one. All right. Now find yourself in a still comfortable position again, and we're just going to do some neck movements here. So taking your right ear and tilting it towards your right shoulder, and pause. Come back to center and go to the other side and pause. And we're just going to keep doing that for a few rounds. Go on your own flow. At your own pace. Maybe one side's tighter than the other. You can stay at that side longer if you'd like. Just as long as you feel even and balanced. Making sure your shoulders are staying down long. You're not scrunching them up. And your whole body's not leaning, it's just your neck. Bring your head back to center. Again, if you need a little shake out and sitting so still, by all means. I got a cat behind me. All right, so continuing with the neck movements, we're just going to be rotating our head from one side, pausing, center, and back to the other side. Go at your own pace. Keep your back nice and long and tall. Don't be cranking your neck. If it hurts to turn it, don't go that far. Again, if you're feeling a better stretch on one side than the other, go ahead and stay there for a few moments. As long as you feel balanced. Might not be able to balance all the shit around us right now, but we can at least try and keep ourselves balanced, right? If we focus on keeping ourselves balanced, then we have a better chance of keeping the shit around us balanced. Now we're going to do some little circles with our neck. They can be big, small, they can go from small to big, it can be however feels good to you. So just start, again, nice, long, strong back, shoulders are down, not scrunched up, and just your neck is moving. You're not moving your whole body, just your neck. Be mindful of how fast or how many rotations you do on one side, so that way we can balance ourselves out and do the same on the other side. switch sides. You might hear some popping and cracking like me. We're just going slow, your own movements to your own pace. This isn't a race. It's muscle recovery. Go ahead and come back to center. If you're a little dizzy, stable yourself. If you need to switch positions, go ahead and do that. All right, so we're going to take our hands behind our back again. A little bit different this time. So you're placing it down, but this time you're going to actually be pulling it a little bit with your opposite hand. And you're also tilting your head again towards the opposite hand. So I have my right hand pulled behind my back. I am holding my right hand with my left, giving it a little bit of a tension pull, and leaning my head to the left. Pulling it away from my right shoulder. This is a pretty intense stretch, so if this doesn't feel good, go back to the way we tried it earlier without that hand holding and just lightly gentle or lightly setting it back on your low back. But if this feels good, stay with me. We'll come back to center. Since that is a pretty intense stretch, we won't stay on these ones for very long. Go ahead and switch your arms out. Make sure you have your hands nice and locked. Give yourself a little bit of a tension pull and tilt your head. Make sure you're breathing deeply, not holding your breath on this one. Slowly release. Shake out your arms if you need to. Give your wrists a little roll maybe. Whatever kind of movement feels good. This is your practice. I'm just explaining on how it can help you. All right, so now we are going to be taking your right hand, placing it over top to your left temple. We're not cranking it over, we're just giving some nice heavy pressure there. And then we're going to be acting like we're pushing our head into our hand. Notice I'm not tilting either way though. I am staying up nice and straight, my back is still nice and long. You're just putting a little bit of pressure on the left side with your right hand. And resisting. If you're feeling too much of a stretch, again, don't put so much tension on yourself, don't put so much resistance. And if you're finding that you're doing more and more and you're realizing like, gosh, my elbow feels really tight. Relax. That's too much. This one is also a bit of an intense stretch, so we won't stay there for very long. Go ahead and release your arm back down. Maybe give yourself a little side to side. Yes, no shake. And we'll do it to the other side. So again, just some light pressure, and you're resisting it with your head and neck. sure that you are. Go ahead and relax and release that arm slowly. All right, from here, we're gonna do a few more neck movements. Just trying to break everything up a little bit. Do some neck, then some shoulder, then some neck, then some shoulder. You get it. So we're going to do the yes, no shakes. So, well, yeah, yes, no nod. We're not shaking, sorry. Go ahead and tilt your head up. Look up at the ceiling. It can be a very little bit or a lot of it. You just don't want to be cranking your neck back. So you're like this, because that does nobody any favors. So make sure that, I'll show you what it looks like properly then. Just a slight look up. I think I have a visitor joining us, so go ahead and look up and down. You're going to pause when you get there.
More time! I'm going to make you dizzy, Maya.
You're going to make me dizzy?
Yeah, it's Maya. I'm making you guys dizzy. Wait up.
So up, down.
I jumped.
Sound like you fell.
I jumped too and fell. I'm making you dizzy.
You're making yourself dizzy.
No, I'm making you dizzy.
All right, whenever you're feeling good with that, go ahead and maneuver yourself if you need to. Change positions. Give yourself a little roll out. Maybe round your back out a little. We've been sitting awfully still. All right, so the next one that I wanted to do was just some little side bends. So you're gonna take your hand and just out to the side. You can drop your elbow or keep your arm long. And we're just gonna kind of do some flowing movements, back and forth, from one side to the next. Again, your own pace, however slow or fast you want to go. Just remember, this is supposed to be muscle recovery, so we don't want to go fast. We're trying to go slow and stretch out and build up, strengthen any of these muscles that may be weak. If you're like me and you have children, then muscle recovery is much needed. And if your children are with you, maybe they'll join you. You know, every once in a while, mine like to. When you feel even and balanced on both sides, go ahead and come to center. And then we are going to do a few more of the putting tension on and resisting. So this next one we will go on the back of the head. And you can use both arms. Usually feels better to me. And then, again, you're balanced on both sides. So go ahead and put some pressure on the back of your head like you're trying to push yourself forward. And then go ahead and resist. Making sure you're up nice and tall, your shoulders aren't scrunched up, They're long, sending them down your back. This is also a power pose. They say that if you sit in a power pose like this for a few minutes, you feel empowered, a little bit stronger, a little bit more sure of yourself. Called a power pose. You can also do it with your legs sitting up on a desk, kicking back with your arms back behind your head. Go ahead and relax. Slowly unwind. Go ahead and give yourself a little shake. We're going to do the same thing to the front. Go ahead and start pushing on your forehead like you're going to push yourself back and resist. These are really good too if you're sitting at a desk all day, if you're looking down at your cell phone all day, if you're looking down at your little ones, picking them up. This is just good for anybody. I'm filming YouTube yoga as my son is watching YouTube for kids. Go ahead and slowly relax, loosen that up. Don't release one or the other because then you're gonna have some kind of a head bobble maneuver and that's not what we want either. I am going to do one last good stretch just because we've been so tangled up and sitting and balled up. So take your feet out long, lay yourself down. Hopefully you have enough room to where you can put your arms up overhead and just give yourself a big stretch. Act like you're pulling your toes and your fingertips in opposite directions. That felt pretty good to me. I hope everybody enjoyed this. Thanks for watching. If you made it all the way through, go ahead and like my video, subscribe to my channel. You'll get to see more yoga, DIY stuff, and probably lots of laughs at me and my children and fur babies. So, I hope everybody has a great day. The inner light in me sees, honors, and bows to the inner light in all of you. Namaste. Om. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Since my child has my remote, I also have to shut it off manually.